Hello, everyone. CNTR here with a bit of Ashen. It'll be a bit of Ashen today. Is loading, I assume. I hit the continue button, didn't I? Oh. It was the problem where I didn't have Ashen selected, so it was not picking up input from my controller. I don't know. It was weird. So I don't expect to go super long. Maybe an hour, hour and a half in this game. But maybe less if I somehow magically do really well. I think I have my volume a little loud. On my end, I don't know about your end. I was about to click in my left thumbstick to try to run because that's how Dragon's Dogma works. Palace of Lathyrus. We'll see if we manage to get through this or not. Hopefully a week away has helped things, but I also am not holding my breath on the matter. Fundamentally, my problems last time or what? I don't even remember. What I remember for sure is just like trying to make my way through what proved to be a very long dungeon. And failing to... Can I go on this side? Yeah, I can. I for some reason have instinctually been going to the left side, and I'm not entirely sure why. My best guess is because here in the United States of America, where I reside, we drive on the right side of the road, which means we ride... So we get into the left side of the car, like we drive... My thumbsticks are seats. We sit on this stick to drive the car going this way. On the right... This whatever. The mirroring... Whatever. I'm getting confused. But the basic point is that I feel like this is the driver's seat position, and this is the passenger seat position, so maybe that might be instinctually why I'm doing that. I have no idea. I don't even drive that much. Not a big fan of... Like, driving itself can be a fun and enjoyable activity. I got off on a weird tangent here, but driving itself can be a fun and enjoyable activity. Ow. Ow. But, commuting is terrible. It's the worst video game. I've said this before. I don't know if I've said it here or not. But I view commuting as the worst video game because it is boring, but actually dangerous. Whereas video games are fun and not actually dangerous. Unless you're doing stuff in VR, in which case maybe it could become dangerous if you're not careful. Ow. Okay, I need to heal here. I'm feeling a bit rusty, so that bodes ill. Well, that's a terrible start. Give me my apple cricket. My inventory is full of stuff. Maybe I should have gone and deposited things. Oh well, too late. Right. Work in this game. I was trying to do a running lock on, like where I would run up to that person and lock onto them, but you can't do a lock while running. It's just an odd decision in this game, but is the one that they made. I'm leaning too far forward with just my neck. Ow. Why'd you have such a... Oh, that worked. The other thing I'm going to have to figure out here is if I can remember how to even get all the way to wherever it is I'm trying to go. Ah! I remember this room now. Boy, that jump scare. I know there will be a Crimson Gourd refill before too long. In fact, if I remember correctly, there's one up here. I just need to get past the Shadow Death Lady up here. There we go. And that's her cancelled explosion.
Get away with you.
Well, I will just as soon as you sell me. I can't quite buy a large stash, but I can buy... No, I can't buy more of these because I don't have... Really? You're limited to a stack of 9 for those? Well, I'm glad I have a stack of 50 of this, let me tell you. I should use Praetorian Axe plus 3. Oh, that's a good stab. Right. What I'm wondering is if sitting at the thing back there restored Yokel's downed charge. Because he gets one of those. Just remembered we have a room of like 3 of those to fight up here, and I'm not looking forward to it. I will absolutely use my invulnerability, thanks. I don't remember which the way forward is here, but I'm just gonna chuck a spear. That did good damage. I'm going to assume that's a way forward because basically, as I recall, everything went forward here. There's just a bunch of like... I want to call them like Y-shaped paths where the branches of the Ys connect. Does that make any sense? Like, it doesn't matter which way I go because they both converge here at the same thing, and then they'll diverge again, but reconverge, and... I died while trying to heal. I don't know. We'll call that the rusty run, and hopefully it'll go a bit more smoothly, yeah? Okay, let's go back to town and just drop some stuff off, because I have a lot of junk in my inventory. Let's see. So... I mean, I've said this before, so this is not a new thought, but I am not the biggest fan of this game's dungeons. And dungeon execution, but... let's transfer those and these apple crickets that I don't use. Let's combine those together. I'm not really using that. That's Ashen Fused Gilded Halberd +4. I like the halberd. Is the Praetorian Axe... So that's +3, and this is +6. Yeah, no, I don't know. I'm not going to worry about trying to upgrade other stuff. What do I need for upgrades? Why is my jump button? 'Cause sure, why not? Let's see, that's... Yeah, I can get the Gilded Halberd up with those. It's 30,000 for... There we go. Switch panel. Upgrade my halberd. Yes. I don't use it much, but... And that requires a fancy thing. But I am close. Or I have plenty of fancy thing. I just don't have... Wait, what? I think I had a UI bug. Okay, now I'm really confused. And I also just hit left stick to run, which didn't work. Yeah, no, I have a UI bug. It says I have 48,000 score. Yeah, I have 0. But the UI just is incorrect for some reason. So many of these. Okay. Let's go back to the Palace of Lathyrus, I guess. Need to get some belt technology in here. Oh. I just now got that the H in Ashen. Yeah, my money there, the bug on my money is now fixed. And it resets my Geffen's blessing when I go through that. Where's this? Is there? Can I see it here? No. I don't know if there's a spot where I can see it, but the H in Ashen is a person's profile. It's a head in the middle of the H and then shoulders. I literally never saw that until just now. Or I didn't realize until just now? I don't know. One of those two. My protection buff is up. It is represented by the horns that grow on my head. One of the things that I have is a little bit of a problem with this game, and I'd be curious to know others' experience and how much it's just my experience, is I feel like the two-handed weapons are really hard to actually use. The spears are okay because they're thrown, but in practical terms, here's the two things I run into. One, I often need to have a lantern out because there's a lot of dark areas and you just cannot see in them without a lantern. It's just how the game is designed, right? It's designed for you to be carrying the lantern, and it's just, if you don't have a lantern, you can't see stuff. The other thing, though, that I've noticed is that the two-handed weapons are just so slow, it's really, really, really hard to actually hit effectively with them. Like, they have very long anticipation frames. And that's true of both the spear, which doesn't do that much damage. Like, look how long it takes for that attack to come out, and for that attack to come out. They're very similar durations, right? And then compare that to this. That's a bit faster. I don't know. Maybe it's just a weird perception of mine, but I feel like this doesn't have as much reach as I expect it to. And it just feels really slow. I don't know. I'd be curious to know if other people felt like they had good success with the two-handed weapons, but I feel like they've been a bit difficult for me to make good use of. Go ahead and top off. We're gonna get to the thing sooner rather than later. The other thing too is that actually has really good reach on the R2. Okay, then there's the fight here with Fast Lady and Shield Lady. And then we go past that, and we get the this next room where there's like 2 or 3 fast ladies. Okay, there's one coming in off the side, I think. Interesting. You cannot lock onto somebody who isn't on screen. Which feels like the sort of thing that's like kind of obvious, but also kind of not. I'm gonna just let my lantern zip to me. Feeling lazy. Oh good, that's enough to get a large pack.
Get away with you.
I just want some scoria to stay in my big pocket. Okay, that's enough singing. Hopefully I am terrible enough at tunes that people who care won't. Alright, this is the one that leads me to the fight with like 3. No, there's 3 there. I only need to fight 2 of them. Well, that was vaguely unpleasant, but hardly the worst thing ever. Okay. Let's continue. That was a lantern on the wall. There's my scoria where I got wrecked by an angry enemy. We're doing a lot better this time, though, at least. Okay, she bailed. Ooh. That's a nice 2.5k. I'll take that. I feel fairly confident on account of having the next hit completely absorbed by my effect. I don't need to go into that area. There's loot there. I looted it. Ergo, it's now just pain and suffering. Okay, that brings us around to this area. Which is kind of the start of where I'm getting lost. There we go. Good job, friends. Om nom nom. Om nom nomming some of them good shrooms. I have an idea. Okay, there's a few more enemies here than I would like. Ow. I really don't want a boss at the end of this without a checkpoint closer. Okay, both y'all can just chill there. I'm gonna get my friend up. Okay, what do we got? Apple crickets. You know they make you go fast because they say they're crickets, but you know you can eat them because they say they're apple. It's the eye cricket. I would prefer not to climb. That seems like a very deadly thing to do. Game, your lag spiking game. Game has weird lag spikes. Good smash. Where's my lantern? There it is. Okay, I believe that takes me back, so I think I want to go up this way. Oh, good. My block is up. I prefer not to use it, but I'll take it over not having it. I remember this because the scene is real beautiful, and I also remember running along here and being, in a word, lost. That's some good tag teaming. I wish I had a better sense of which way was the way forward, because I feel like I remember this not actually going anywhere. Now I remember this because this reminded me of Dark Souls 3 in front of the Cathedral of the Fallen Deep or whatever. Cathedral of the Deep. Hi, yeah, I would like Angry Lady to stop eating me. I feel like Yoko's probably getting low on healing items at this point. I feel like I came in here though, and this was not really a forward path. Ow. Too many of those things. Just too many. I remember this part. I remember clambering up on one of those and having it go very poorly for me. Ow. Well, Joker's dead. You know what that means? It's time to get my move on. Never mind fighting enemies. That's right. I remember this chamber, and there's a dude at the end. And... oh... bollocks. Yeah, this is what they've done to prevent this. Whatever. It doesn't really matter. What do I need money for anyway at this point? I don't even know. But yeah, see the H in the Ashen is a profile of a person. Adoran, maybe? At least it looks like one to me. I'll admit, I'm finding this dungeon to not be particularly fun. Largely, the reasons for that come down to it is way too flipping confusing to navigate. I have no sense of progression. And I don't... and a big part of the reason why I have no sense of progression is it doesn't feel like I'm able to keep any sort of progress in there. And, like, I'm barely bringing anything of note out. Like, I'm getting a little bit of scoria each time for whatever I can scrounge up from the merchant. It's like, where ultimately is this going? Like, basically, it comes back to the complaint that I've had about this game a number of times, is that I don't feel like they do enough to make you feel rewarded for doing stuff. They make you go really far to do it, and I just don't enjoy their dungeons. This one is particularly notable in that I don't even like the previous one, which was way too flipping long, don't get me wrong, but at least I had a sense that going down was progress. Like, every time I went down, I was getting a little bit further. This one, I don't have that, so I'm not really sure what I'm actually, like, working towards. I guess I'm working towards that one big room. But it's... I don't know. It feels way too long between checkpoints, or the checkpoints are too hidden. And it makes it hard to feel like I'm doing a good job of making progress. Because it doesn't feel like I'm actually, like, obtaining anything. And that's in part, like, nice IK flip out there. If instead of having these spots where you dip your gourd in to refill your healing items, your health and your healing items, is just complete restore for those. Right? If instead of those, it was an actual checkpoint that let me go back to town and spend resources if I wanted to as well. Like, that would feel completely different than what we have. I need to... because the problem that I'm running into is that I don't really feel like I'm making any real tangible progress because of not being able to find a checkpoint that saves how far I've gotten. And while I can sort of do the equivalent of saving my souls, sorta, by paying a fee to buy scoria pouches. Of like, here, I'll sell you a bag for a bit. Where's my lantern? There it is. Like, that's great. And I'm glad that that's there, but even that is like, I need that a little bit more frequently than I feel like the game's giving to me. I'm just trying to analyze my own reaction to this and why I find it, why it feels like I'm just not accomplishing anything. And what could be done to change that as well as the other critical thing. I think it's really hard to execute well on the Souls formula, for whatever that's worth. Let's see. I need one more of those. You know what? I'll just get one from the shop. I need a small... There we go. Yeah, it's probably inefficient to do that. I don't care. I'd rather get one large Storia here. Just make it easier to actually save them. One moment. I need to work this microphone stand forward a little bit so I can change my posture. So like, I don't know. I've had mixed feelings about this game. There's a lot of stuff that it does that I think is really cool. But I really don't like his dungeons. And the main reason is just because it feels... It doesn't feel like they reward exploration very well. It feels like they make it... They're trying for... I don't know. I'm not even sure quite the right word. You know what, this one's a little bit closer. Let's go get her attention. And like, yeah, like that's not entirely accurate. Like I am progressing in the form of like, I'm slowly but surely learning this place. I'm learning how it works. I am making progress in that sort of sense. But she's gonna move on. I do have a real sense of like, can I please just make it a little bit further to an actual like checkpoint of some kind, somewhere that will like make me feel like I've actually managed to accomplish something. And the dungeons have been pretty bad at delivering that in my experience of the game. Let's try going this way instead of or through the middle. See if that helps. Anything? That's not entirely what I meant to do. This is very pretty, and I love the sunbeams coming in the window. And they did that really well. What? Oh. Sure, I'll take more spears. Oh wow, there's a lot of enemies that were back here. This works best if I'm stun locking while Yokel charges up. Oh yeah, hit. What am I doing on healing items? I am full still. Those. Let's just go ahead and have a... Oh, I just realized using items in the menu is the same button you use for using items from your quick select. It's X either way. Left or the right face buttons on the controller. I'm using a 360 controller. I like my controllers wired. I don't like having to deal with batteries if I can help it. Some stuff it works okay, but I'm gonna drink some water here. Like I have a wired keyboard and mouse. That way I don't have to ever worry about changing batteries, and I don't have to worry about radio interference or anything as well. And I'm wired into the internet. Nice Ethernet cable. Now I do want to heal. These big guys are a real piece of work, you know? Oh my goodness, where did you come from? Okay, are we... It's time for more shrooms is what it is. And a lag spike. I really don't have a good sense of the space back in this part. In part because I just haven't gotten here often enough. So many apple crickets. Okay, and that brings us back over here. I don't know if that's better or worse than the circle. And I don't know where there's another Crimson Gourd refill spot either. I feel like there maybe was one and I just missed it. Yokel hasn't gone down yet this run though, so that's good. I really don't like fighting these big guys. Heal up here. I don't know if that guy would aggro on me or not. Surprised. Okay. I don't... Green blossoms were never my favorite item in Dark Souls 1, or in Dark Souls. And apple crickets are basically green blossoms from what I can understand. Okay, so this will eventually lead me over... Yeah, okay, this takes me into this library area. He keeps trying to do charge attacks on her, and it's not working. I keep misjudging when I need to do that. Should go this way. Okay, and then there's another big fight here. Yeah, here he goes. Yoko's gonna go down. He does not... He's probably out of heals. So I need to try to finish this fight. Oh my goodness. Please stop. Okay, yeah. It was kind of doomed the moment Yoko went down. I'm really, like, again, to emphasize, I don't feel like I can make progress in this dungeon very well. Because I'm getting a certain distance in, and then getting killed. And getting a different distance in, getting killed. And it's hard to feel like I'm making any tangible progress because of how easy it is for me to get booted back out of the dungeon. And because of a lack of, like, a sense of, like, checkpoints or some sort of, like, key thing that'll... Like, even if it was a simple thing of, like... I don't know. What would help? I feel like I'm still not quite fully grasping the layout later on, but I don't know. I'd be curious to see how the speedrun handles it, is what it kind of comes down to. Doing that more to restore stuff for Yoko than because I need it. I don't know why I sometimes have different quantities of scoria getting through here to the first record point. And, like, the thing is, fundamentally, I'm just getting tired of going through the same area over and over and over again. I guess if I really wanted, I could go out and grind scoria off of other enemies to level up my weapons more, to try to do a little bit more damage. I could also try different armor, see if that would help. Make me a little bit more durable, have less stamina but more durability. Maybe that would be worth doing. I'm not sure. I think there's things that I could try to see what I could do about what's giving me issues, but... I don't know. I don't know what's worthwhile here. What I'm really wondering is if there's a spot that you can drop. Like, I am positive that a drop from here is lethal. But maybe there's a spot where it isn't, and you can, like, short circuit a bunch of stuff. That'd be interesting. Let's see. So the enemies in here are fast ladies, cannon fodder, shield ladies, big guys, and shadow ladies. Well, we clobbered her well. Something back here. Oh, probably. Oh, to propose an assisted climb. You don't need an assisted climb to get up there. You can just use a spear. It takes so long even to get to that first spot, though. works well enough. Just need to go. I'm gonna heal up, so I'm gonna be hitting up the thing in a moment anyway. What even was that? Good smash.
Ash sucks.
Should be able to get like 3 of those. Okay. That'll do. Get what I can, bank what scoria I can. Well, that blew my thing out. Where is Yokel? There he is. There we go. Well, I got ganged up on there kind of badly. It's like... It's a classic problem that you have with soul-style combat. One enemy... Like, one-on-one... Like, the difference in difficulty of an encounter when it's one-on-one versus two-on-one is just extreme. And so, like, even having it be, like, 2-on-2 or 2-on-3 is very different. Like, 2-on-3 is more manageable than 1-on-2. And depending upon the enemies. Like, and that's one of the things that's a huge challenge in this game. Is the enemies so often in this hit like really hard quickly with good range. I don't know. It's the biggest issue is frankly that there's large enemy groups, and if your partner goes down permanently, you are kind of screwed. Because a lot of the encounters feel like they're balanced around that, and so doing them solo is very difficult as a result. Which is, again, why I'd be curious to see a speedrun and see how the speedrun works. Let's try this left path. Nice. They go down pretty quickly if you manage to land good hits. I'm curious about something. Oh yeah, look at the damage on this. 147 for a normal swing, but a heavy swing is 237. Interesting. This one actually does less damage on its R2 than its R1. It's bumper versus trigger. Whatever sort of differentiating terms you want to use. That makes sense in that the big thing there is not damage but moveset. I don't like how much damage Yokel's taking. It means he's not going to be able to heal, or he's running out of healing items, which is not good. I really don't want him to run out of healing items, because then he goes down, and then I am screwed. Okay, this side is just, it's very similar to the other side, but it's dark instead of light, and therefore we have these enemies. Is there anything over here? Interesting. Okay, so this is just a window boarded up. I feel like my frame rate's not great at the moment. I mean, if she leaves us alone, I am content to do the same. Enemies like to run off. You can encounter them somewhere else. I'll take a large scoria stash, thank you. I think I eventually get looped around over to there, but I'm not quite sure the method by which that happens. Ow. They don't hit very well with that crazy jump. Yoko's not healing. Okay, yeah, yes. I'm still really concerned for how much healing, how many healing items he has left. I just suspect them to be very low at this point. Freaked out by my buff going on. I don't feel like any of those directions is particularly better or worse than the other. They all just suck in different ways. Again, this view is great though. I want to praise this game in the spots where I find something worth praising. And one of the things that I think is worth praising is it has some beautiful visuals. It's not just like a graphics thing, it's like what they're doing with their graphics, you know? Okay, time to fight this big guy again. Again, if there was a way of jumping down to those sorts of areas, maybe that would be worth doing. I don't know. I don't know if that guy will attack us or not. Okay. Seems that guy leaves us alone, actually. So I will extend him the same courtesy. I am getting beat to snot. Okay. I don't know how many more of those he has, though, is the problem. I have 10 because I have bonus 2 from that thing I'm using. Well, he does have a heal, so that's good. I regained my scoria. Slightly more scoria the other way. Ow. Okay, that went better. Good teamwork. One of the things that I'm kind of hoping is that they let him cheat on the amount of stamina regeneration items he has. I don't know that they do, but I kind of hope they do. Stamina regeneration? Health recovery items is what I meant. I don't know why I said stamina regeneration. I'm gonna go down this way. Dang it. What do you know? There was a healing recovery spot right down here. But imagine if this had been a checkpoint, right? This is a spot to get your Crimson Gourd refilled. It's kind of a rest spot, but there's no merchants here, so I can't buy bags with my scoria. So I can't bank it. It's not a checkpoint, so I can't, like, save my progress into the area. For some reason, I was thinking that there was something at the end of this. There was. I'm glad I feel like I remember that from last week. So I'm grateful that was accurate. Now I'm trying to remember which is the way I came in here. I came in that way, so this is the way forward. Okay, well, I've not gotten attacked yet, so... Please come revive me. Please don't die. Look, if that had been a checkpoint, I would feel like I'd made tangible progress. It's not. I don't. This is my fundamental problem with the game. And its dungeons. Is they've implemented this dungeon mechanic whereby you can refill. It's basically like you found an area that lets you restore all of your health and Estus. Congratulations. But it's not actually a checkpoint, so when you die, you still go back further. And it feels terrible. I really don't like it at all. And I would be curious to know why they implemented it that way. I'm not sure how many more runs I'm going to have the... whatever. Patience, I guess, is the right term to do for today's stream. I wasn't necessarily planning on it being long anyway, because this is how I feel about the game at this point. I kind of want to get through it. I want to see what's through here, but... I'm also getting real tired of, like, this design. like to preferentially make it further. Is this really? Sure, just kill me. Have me lose my 35k score, yeah. See if I care. I mean, I do. I'm really annoyed at the game locking me in. It's like, if Yokel's going down that early, I'm just not making it. Yeah. Okay. I'm feeling too frustrated with the game. I'm not gonna. What do they have against checkpoints? What do the developers have against checkpoints? Well, that's where I'm gonna go ahead and call the Ashen part of things today. I'm feeling a little too salty at the game, and I don't want to keep trying to go at it right now. Yeah, that's just realistically where I think I need to kind of wind things down. Getting things right from a Souls development standpoint is hard, is what this game is showing me. It's hard because figuring out what is an acceptable pacing is really tricky. And for me, this game is kind of falling flat in these aspects. And like, I feel like what I probably need to do is just go back and retool. So I'll probably do that when I play this game again next week. But I don't know. It's been I think it's been enough of a stream for this for today. I played a lot of Dragon's Dogma earlier, so anyway, anybody who did drop by to lurk, I appreciate it. And until next time, everyone, take care. Goodbye.